It's Leak City. We're going to talk about some rumored characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that just came in and my thoughts on it. So roll the tape. Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. Well, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has been the talk of the town, and of course, with that come a lot of leaks, fake leaks, and of course, discussion about those. I'm going to dive a little bit into this one, because this one just popped up out of nowhere at the exact moment that I wanted to do a video about some shoe-in characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Basically, characters that to me are, definitely like a fit for the game that will happen, no doubt. And there are a lot of characters in this particular supposed leak that are close to that, but none of them are in my list, so that's pretty crazy. We're going to talk about this. Also, you guys know, of course, that there's the comment question. If you answer it, you can appear in our next video, so be excited for that. And of course, thank you guys for watching our series. It's been crazy. So let's just get into this, all right? So this post reads, Smash Ultimate characters with the official logo attached to it. Going straight to the point here, there will only be a few new original fighters, but a lot more echoes. Now this echoes Sakurai's thoughts on this particular subject, because Sakurai has actually stated that, hey, the news from now on will kind of slow down a little bit. After we got the Isabelle reveal, it'll be like, oh yeah, you thought we would be dropping reveals left and right about the characters in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and that this was going to be like some sort of, there will be like 10 or 20 new characters that we're still going to get announced because everyone is in and this is like the blowout and stuff like that. Sakurai hinted that this is not really the case. Now, I'm going to say the past few weeks especially have proven that to be quite right after the Isabelle reveal. And I mean, Isabelle, she is awesome and she looks great and she's an original fighter with hints of an echo, and that was all great. But that was not really the reveal a lot of people have been waiting for, and having that period of silence after that one broke the hype for a lot of people. Not for me, because Smash is like running through my blood, but I could definitely see a lot of people being a little hesitant now and not really thinking about Smash Bros. All that much. The updates on the website have not been all that exciting too. There's been no hints at a Nintendo Direct. There was supposedly maybe today there was going to be one announced because people did the math on it, but no, nothing happened, and it looks like we're going to have to wait another whole month for something like it. So this is scary stuff. We might not get a character reveal in quite some time, so leaks like this popping up is a chance to talk about it. And of course, I had my own initial thoughts that I wanted to make a video about, and these two things kind of collide with each other. So a few original fighters, this makes sense to me. I think that most likely we'll be getting like 3 more. 4 is like pushing it. I've already said this. And this league, it's something along those lines. Of course, there's, like they say, a lot more echoes. I think we're going to talk about the echoes first. So are you guys ready? These could contain spoilers. This could very well be real. This could also very, very well be not real. So just humor me. The echoes that this post states are Ken, as of course an echo of Ryu, Shadow, as of course an echo of Sonic, Zelgius, which could be an echo of Ike, seeing the stature of the character. Of course, the Black Knight. We already had some Mii costume stuff for this character, which was awesome, and it actually made for a very cool little character. Ninten, which no doubt will be an echo of Ness of some sort, and Dixie Kong, who has been long rumored since like the Brawl days, maybe a little bit before, and will of course, I presume be a Diddy Kong kind of clone or echo. So these are interesting and exciting to me. I believe that there is a big chance that these will happen in the game in some fashion. At least the one that I think will truly happen is Ken, without a shroud of doubt in my mind. Ken is the character that will happen because it just makes too much sense. We already had Richter, and Richter is one of those characters that kind of makes sense along with Simon. but definitely someone like Ken would be just too easy to program, too easy to add, and will make a lot of Street Fighter fans happy as well. So I think that will definitely happen now that we see that third-party characters can get echoes as well. Now, the next one is in that same vein. It is Shadow. We talked about Shadow before because, of course, Shadow is absent from the assist trophy list, which is crazy. I mean, we got Knuckles now, so Shadow has to be a character now, right? And having that whole Echoes thing, I mean, Shadow is one of the most famous examples of a dark version or an Echo version of a character. He's literally a shadow to Sonic. So, of course, he has a lot of different moves. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle introduced him to have a couple of different abilities that pertain to him using the Chaos Emerald, so Chaos Spear, Chaos Control, slowing down time, which I think was the move that he did as an assist trophy from Brawl on out. But I wouldn't necessarily see Shadow as an Echo. I would see him close to something like a Dr. Mario, but his up special has to be not a different version of that spring move. His up special, of course, has to be some sort of teleportation. Fun fact, I worked on a Smash Brothers fan game a long time back. We had Shadow as a playable character. I did the character animations for Shadow, and we, of course, also had him do some teleportation. He had a completely different moveset to Sonic, and he was slower, and he had a lot more punch to him. He did not use guns. He did not use a motorcycle. He was just a cooler, more powerful version of Sonic, and I think that Shadow could fill that same role. So seeing him as just an Echo fighter, that probably won't make a lot of actual Shadow fans happy, but having Shadow in the game playable at all is a shoe-in to me, and will happen. So we got Zelgius or Zelgius. Don't know how to pronounce his name, so put it down in the comments if you do. This character, I think, would be the perfect Echo fighter of Ike. Of course, we have Chrom, but Chrom kind of seems like an Echo fighter of Roy meshed together with some Ike parts. But I think Zelgius could for sure be a straight up Echo fighter of Ike. And Ike has these two cool forms that you can choose between, which is awesome. But this would just be a whole nother level and be kind of a dark version of Ike in that sense. And the armor is really awesome. Maybe having the option to switch between having the helmet on and the helmet off. That would even fill some sort of villainy kind of role to the character, which would be really cool for the Fire Emblem roster, because it's primarily pretty boys and girls and kind of these heroic types. So having this armored badass would definitely fit really well. And the sword is very big. So that could fit very well with the character. Now, Viridi, which I did not mention before, but could, of course, be a clone or an Echo fighter of Palutena, and a lot of people have been expecting Medusa, but she was not that big of a part in Kid Icarus Uprising. Actually, Viridi's part was maybe bigger than Medusa's part. She has a great voice actor. This is an awesome character. A lot of you guys for Snake Codex have been talking about having Viridi maybe on the show, so maybe that will happen. This character surprises me. I know that Sakurai is kind of fitting his own kind of characters into it, and he did that with adding Dark Pit. That was the most famous oh, Sakurai moment. Viridi would be along those lines, but Viridi also appears, of course, in the Bomb Fortress. Reset Bomb Fortress stage, which now is in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, have there been screenshots of that? I think so. So, this one's a little iffy. Now, the next one, we have Ninten. And Ninten is famous from the Earthbound series, Earthbound Beginnings, so the very first game in the series, when, of course, it was just Mother. I think it was just Mother 1. And this character has now been wanted by a lot of people, and it was initially strange that it was Ness and not Ninten in the first Smash Brothers. So I'm excited to see what this character would look like, but if I'm being brutally honest, having three characters with that same kind of PK Fire, PK Thunder moveset would be a little bit too much. I think Lucas has already been pushing it. Having him as a DLC character made sense just to have it extra. Now having another character with that moveset, I think the Earthbound series as a whole, and Mother 3 especially, is so full of these rich characters that can do amazing things and have these awesome personalities. So putting in Ninten makes sense because we have the three heroes of the three games, but I would love to see something like the Masked Man appear, because there's so much rich characters that you can draw from the Earthbound games, then I think Nintendo would be a waste and would be too easy, I believe. Now there's the last one, which is Dixie Kong. And Dixie Kong makes sense in my book if they don't make her a straight up Echo Fighter and add some different moves. Of course, the up B has to be changed to the hair move, and the peanut popcorn has to be some kind of bubblegum gun. Trying to say that 3 times fast, bubblegum gum. I can't do it. So that does make sense. A lot of people have been wanting Dixie. I'm hesitant about this one. I don't think that Dixie Kong will happen at this point. If Dixie Kong was to happen, I think it would have happened already. She's along the lines of a Daisy kind of Echo Fighter, I believe. Now, the post also goes on to say, new characters include Incineroar, Karate Joe, Steve, and a Square Enix rep. You guys don't know, Square Enix is the company that does games like Final Fantasy. They do they also, of course, famously worked on Super Mario RPG. So I'm not too sure what to think of these choices. Now, Incineroar has been rumored a lot, along with Ken. We talked about this too, so I would just say that this one is very likely. Karate Joe, to me, would be awesome. I mean, the Rhythm Heaven series has to be represented now as a playable character. We already had some characters appear in the Smash Run mode on the 3DS, so they are thinking about stuff like this. I don't know necessarily if Karate Joe would make for a cool character. I don't think visually he's that appealing. I think I like the Chorus Kids a little bit more, just because of that, because of their faces. I think Karate Joe's kind of a little bit plain, in the same vein as Wii Fit Trainer, that I don't really need another one of. But if the moves are like crazy fun, like tiny music game inputs, that'd be really crazy. And if Karate Joe is just a vessel for a lot of Rhythm Heaven things to pop out, like maybe it's like Rhythm Heaven the character, that would be insane and really fun. So there's a lot of cool stuff that they could do there. Do I think it's possible? I would say a Rhythm Heaven character is, I think, like 70% a shoo-in, something like that. So they also talk about Steve. Now, this is Steve, of course, famous from Minecraft, the game that all you youngsters are playing. I think Cranky Kong wants a word with all you. I don't think that this is likely at all. I think that Minecraft is such a big, gigantic Microsoft property now that I know that the games have appeared on Nintendo systems. There is actually Minecraft on Wii U and Switch. Do I think that Steve is going to happen? No. I'm fairly certain that a man like Sakurai would not let something like this fly. And I don't want to talk about, like, does he deserve to be in Smash? That kind of talk. I just think that in terms of being a character that has a big impact on the gaming scene, yes, that was Steve. However, I feel that the type of game and also the feeling of Steve being like this weird cube pixel art, like paying homage, falls in line with what Shovel Knight has kind of done, like bringing back a certain aesthetic but changing it around for the new generation. And Steve feels a little cheap is what I'm trying to say, maybe, and I don't think that he belongs in Super Smash Bros. As like this flagship title. I do hope that there's a lot more Minecraft that they are doing with Nintendo, but Steve is a cut below characters like Super Mario, Pikachu, Link, even Cloud, Mega Man, Sonic. I would not like to see this happen. I'm going to catch a lot of hate for this, but I firmly believe that Steve does not deserve to be in Super Smash Bros. Now, to move away from this, Square Enix rep, yeah, of course we got Cloud. Cloud's awesome, and I would be excited to just have Cloud alone. Could they be talking about Geno? Shout out to Papa Geno's, of course. Or could they be talking about, I don't know, Sora from Kingdom Hearts 3? By the way, I played Kingdom Hearts 3 this last weekend. It's awesome. It's really fun, and it moves really well, and it makes you think Sora could be great in Smash and have these awesome attacks. I'm just wondering, like, I think Geno's at the top of my list. Geno is like 80%, 90% confirmed to be a character at this point. I think it only makes sense. Having him as a Mii costume was like the most obvious of a sign. They cleared the rights, and they need to have done that for more than just the Mii costume. In terms of Sora, it's going to be difficult because Sora is so heavily infused with like Disney as a property, and having a relationship with Disney is a big deal, and having Sakurai clear this kind of a character, and then you know, I mean, the Mickey Mouse logo is on the Keyblade, so you can't get around it. You know, there has to be crazy stuff cleared for that kind of a character to be in. I would say Sora is unlikely. I would say 40% likely at this point. So when they say Square Enix rep, it'll either be an Echo Fighter of Cloud, which I hope it will not be, because all the fighters in Final Fantasy I think are very unique, and getting a character like Zack or something to just make a quick Echo would not work very well. And of course he's in the new characters category in this post, so that would probably mean it's a new fighter, which could, yeah, I think Geno, my money's on Geno. I would love to see Geno. The post goes on to say nobody can say for sure who the Square Enix person is. Misinformation is being passed out intentionally to weed out people who could potentially leak stuff in the future. He has nothing on assist trophies, stages, etc. So this is all that I can find about this. I'm really excited what you guys think of this. If you want to appear in our next video, all you got to do is put a comment down below, because, you know, that's the way that you get into blocked content. And of course, guys, remember that there is also the giveaway, and we have a great giveaway of this very awesome Super Smash Bros. Ultimate pin. And with this pin, you guys can actually, you know, get something that's only available in Europe as a pre-order bonus. So, you know, put in a good word down below in that comment section. Maybe you can pin that thing on you, which is going to be great. We also have the comment question of today, which comes from Wahid Abdullah, saying, here's a random question about this game. Do you wish that they give us an option about picking a different voice for the Smash Bros. Announcer? I'm gonna be straight about this. I think that the Smash Bros. Announcer for Wii U, Xander, is actually perfect. He's great. I would have liked in some like alternate universe for the part to be recast, because you know, they do a different voice for every Smash game, so that could have been really cool. But having him return, I kind of wish they would redo the lines that he did. So having a new Mario and stuff, that only seems right for a new game. Like, it really does feel like Smash Bros. Wii U Deluxe when you reuse like voice clips like that, because every game we had new ones. But I love Xander. I love the take he does on the announcer and the hand. So no, to me, let's keep it with this voice because it's awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, know that we are on Patreon, and a lot of you guys are already patrons of Blocked Content, donating, you know, just as little as $1 a month could already give you so much cool stuff. And you're in the in crowd. You're helping us create the channel, which is a big deal. So thank you to everyone who is already a Blocked Content Patreon supporter, and you can be as well. Just go to patreon.com/blockedcontent or hit that button at the end of this video. Remember, guys, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family, don't worry, because you can be. Just hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. All that news, all the leaks, all the snake codex, all that fun will be delivered daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya.